What's up, everyone? I'm CEO Connolly, and today I wanted to talk about, since it's 2024 and the elections are, let me have my hair, the elections are this year. I've noticed a trend that's going on with a lot of people where it's mostly on TikTok, because TikTok seems to be that one place where you got way too many people who don't have their own thought process. They need someone else to tell them how to think, right? And that's not a shade to anybody who actually does TikTok, because I posted videos on TikTok, so it's not shade to that. It's specifically like the younger people. A lot of them don't really have, not everybody, a lot of them don't have their own thought process. They need someone else to tell them how to think, right? And I don't know what's going on with this new generation all of a sudden, but I know back when I was a kid, I was always told to be a leader, not a follower. Don't follow what anybody else does. And it's funny because I've also noticed that my fashion choices don't change. Never has. I don't give a shit what I don't care what the fucking fashion is. I really don't care. I still like wearing bell bottoms from way back in the 70s, like the big ass ones, right? They're very hard to find. It pisses me off. I just want some big ass 1970s bell bottom jeans. It's very difficult to find. I used to have some, but when you wear them all the time for 5 years, or not really all the time because I don't leave the house, but when you wear them every time you leave the house for 5 years, eventually they wear out. They wear down just a little bit. And I had a giant hole in the butt of those pants. And yeah, probably should have just patched it up, 1970s style, whatever. But I decided to get new pants. And I still cannot find those type of pants. Ugh. Anyway, so my thing is that these kids nowadays need to stop asking their celebrities, or asking all the celebrities, who are you voting for? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Who gives a shit what the celebrities think? Who cares? 99% of the time, the celebrities are wrong. And you know why they're wrong? Because they're the rich people. And they're going to pick the politician that does not want to tax the rich. That's where that comes from, right? So they don't want people to come in and tax the rich. And they're also looking to please everybody, not just a select few. You cannot take that freckle off. Will you please stop trying to get it? I promise you that freckle is always going to be there. Aria, she's trying to get the freckle off my neck. Anyway, but they want to please everybody, the masses, the ones who are screaming the loudest on social media. Those are the ones that the celebrities want to appease. So the celebrities are going to pick the politician that has that kind of view, right? That can appease all the loud screamers that don't mean anything. Whatever y'all are saying, dude, does not affect this country in any way. What y'all are saying affects you specifically, just you and a small margin of people. And you think that that's a good idea to vote for the politician that's looking to appease a small margin of people rather than the entire country, right? And that's what the celebrities do. The celebrities are going to go, oh, this is who I'm going to vote for, because you have to. And then you've got these fans and stuff like that of all these people who are all like, I need you to tell me who you're voting for, because they need to know, am I still going to continue to follow you, or do I need to change my mind and vote for this other person instead? You know what I mean? Who cares? Who cares how anybody is voting? My thing is that we were always told, don't talk politics. Don't ask those kinds of questions. This isn't a public forum. This isn't something that needs to be discussed on a regular basis. Keep it on the DL type of deal. Nobody needs to know who you're voting for. Don't tell people who you're voting for. It is none of their business. Why is this even a thing all of a sudden, where it just seems like everybody needs to know who everybody's voting for because they need to know, am I going to hate you or are we going to be besties? First of all, who the hell gives a shit who anybody votes for? I don't care. You can vote for whoever the hell you want. I'm not going to sit here and walk up to someone and be like, who did you vote for? Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to talk to you now. I don't want to be your friend. I don't give a shit. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Who cares? Why does that determine who you talk to and who you're friends with? That's what I'd like to know. Why is it that who someone votes for is how you determine whether or not this person is a good person? Because that's not true. Okay, most people have done their research, they've done their due diligence, they have actually looked into the politicians, and they have actually decided, okay, this person would be the best for this country, and this person would actually be best for our economy. See what I'm saying? So, here's the deal. If that's the case, if that's what's happening, they're actually looking into and voting for, because I've actually had civil conversations with people that I don't agree with politically, but we've been able to have civil conversations because we each know why we would vote for the other person. The exact reason why, and not just, well, because. What? I'm sorry, just because? Like whenever people say, oh, I'm going to vote for this person because it's the lesser of two evils. Well, that is not right. That is not how this works. The lesser of two evils, so you vote for one of the other people. If I feel that way, like, I don't like either one of these, I'm voting third party or not at all. That's my thing. And then I'm not going to sit around and piss and moan and bitch and complain because of who got selected as the president. If I don't vote, I'm not going to piss and moan about who was selected as president. Maybe I'll piss and moan about the bills that I have to pay, the high gas prices. Of course, that's my thing. I don't piss and moan about the gas prices either. And there's a reason why I don't piss and moan about the gas prices. And that's because I only get gas maybe once a month because I don't leave my house. So anyway, so there's that. My biggest thing is that if you don't vote, you don't have a say. You don't get to complain about everybody and this and that. No, I can't believe this is the person that was elected. Did you vote? I mean, let me put it this way. Most of the time, if you didn't have a say, there's really nothing you can do about it. And most of the time, if you did have a say and you went out there and voted, there's nothing you can do about it. You know why? Because you cannot sway everybody in the country to vote your way. That's just not how this works, right? So the thing is that pissing and moaning, bitching and complaining, causing riots, doing stupid shit, all because of whoever won. Okay, who cares? And following your celebrities, the celebrities, how did you vote? Ooh, who are you voting for? Yes, yeah, go ahead. Because the celebrities really give a shit about you. They don't. They don't know you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. Most of the time, they're only going to say this specific person of whoever it is, specifically because of the fact that, this one might please my fans the best. So I'm going to say I'm going to vote for this person. And it's not even just voting either. It has something to do with other wars in other countries that do not affect our country right now. Oh, who are you rooting for? You need to talk about this. You need to talk about that. No, they don't. Celebrities do not need to have an opinion on a war that does not affect them specifically. Right? The only way that most of these wars are affecting us is because the president keeps writing fucking checks and says, here, have some of our money. That's the way that it affects us. That's the way that these other wars affect us. So you want to know what I think about some of these other wars? Who fucking gives a shit? It's not our problem. Right? It's not affecting us in any way. When it does come here and when it does affect us, then yes, I'll have an opinion. But until then, stop forcing celebrities to speak on shit. I don't know enough about what's going on in other countries. I don't have TV service. We literally watch DVDs all the time. I don't pay attention to the news unless it's local news and what's happening right around me. And the reason for that is because ignorance is bliss. When you don't really know what's going on in the world and what's being, screwed up, fucked up, whatever the hell's happening, It can make your life a lot happier. It really is. You know? Okay, so these two countries over here are, you know, fighting and stuff like that. Now, here's my deal. The whole thing with the Ukraine and Russia. Okay, that was none of our business. And Putin made sure of it, said, hey, it's none of your business. But yet Biden still got involved, right? And then there's the other one with the Israel and I don't even know. That's the biggest problem. And the only reason why I don't know who the other side is because people are just talking about how horrible Jewish people are. And I think that's a real fucked up thing, by the way. Okay. First of all, no, not at all. Okay. Israel was the one who was invaded by Hamas. If that's anything that anyone needs to know. I've looked into this because I've watched way too many people talk about one side and talk about the other side. And I don't know exactly who has not done their research and start screaming about, Palestine, that's the other side. Okay, so it's the Palestine and Israel. Okay, they keep screaming free Palestine, free Palestine. Okay, fine. But I thought that those two, Israel and Palestine, were fighting over the Suez Canal. I thought they were fighting over who was supposed to get access to that. That's what I thought the whole fight started out as. But then it turned into something way bigger. Hey, don't chew on that. Then it turned into something way bigger, and it got into, I'm sorry, I don't want you chewing on my strings. But anyway, it turned into something way bigger than anybody ever thought. And now they're believing that this one group of people is, I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on. I really don't. I'm not going to, okay, I'm done talking about this because I really don't know what's going on. But my thing is that I'm not for one side or the other. I'm really not. That's just my whole thing. I'm not for one side or the other. These countries have different beliefs than our country does. They would stone certain people in the streets just because they could, because they don't care. You know, your lifestyle is not something that's up to them, and they would actually kill you and murder you in the streets. So there's that. Maybe you should look into their lifestyles and things like that before you start trying to root for one side and, you know, doing these protests and stuff at the colleges and stopping, you know, Jewish people from getting to their jobs and all things just because you want to be, you know, I don't even know what to call that. It's not really being racist, but in a way it is, kind of thing. But stop. Okay. Number one, it doesn't affect us here in this country. Okay. Those wars do not affect us here in this country. There's nothing going on here. All you're doing is creating chaos. And this stop oil thing that nobody really understands, including the people who are trying to do stop oil, and they're destroying all these paintings and stuff like that. They see some people do it here in another country, and they think, oh, let's do that here. Let's glue ourselves to the fucking street. Okay, first of all, yes, the Constitution says that you have the right to a peaceful protest. None of what's going on right now is peaceful in any way. What happened in the 1960s, 1970s sit-ins where the people at colleges would do their protest, but they would sit quietly with their, you know, big tapestries on the lawn and they'd play their bongo drums or what? I don't know. I wasn't here in the 60s and 70s, but I'm just saying, okay? Where was that? Where is that now? Nobody does peaceful protests anymore. They turn into these huge riots and they bother everybody else because most of these people who are doing this stupid shit don't have jobs. So they aren't thinking about all the people who need to get to their job and actually get to work. She's still chewing on that string, but I'm not going to take it from her because she'll scream at me. But, you know, they're thinking about all these people or they're not thinking about the people who actually need to get to their jobs because they don't have jobs. Their entire job is just sitting around and pissing other people off. Be a leader, not a follower. Stop following all these people who are spouting off shit that they know nothing about to you who knows nothing about it as well. And then you want to follow them like a fucking sheep because you think, oh, their idea sounds great. But you're not doing your own research to make sure that what they're saying is correct. It's like a game of telephone, right? The first person said something. By the time it got to the last person, it was just wrong. And it's becoming that way with social media. One person's going to say something, that it's going to go to another person who's going to say something completely different because their mind changed it. And then eventually it'll get down to someone who's screaming the loudest, who's yelling wrong things, who's spouting off bullshit out of their mouth because now they want to feel like they're the leader of this bullshit cult. And it's like, it started out wrong. It was wrong to begin with. And it just keeps getting more wrong as time goes on. That's the biggest issue. I'm going to tuck it so you can't play with it. She's playing with the strings on my pants. Can you not, please? Thank you. I know. She's upset with me because I won't let her chew on the strings of my pants right now. So, anyway, but my thing is be a leader, not a follower. Just, if you want things to change, then make that change, but make that change positive. Don't be negative about, oh, we got to do it like this. We got to do it like this. Because all you're going to do is now you're causing a lot of negativity. You're causing a lot of anger. It's create positive change. Be a positive leader for positive change. Make a statement without being an idiot. I guess you could say, I don't know, whatever. Either way, I'm done. Be a leader, not a follower. Like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I don't give a shit. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just here rambling, talking about bullshit. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay, bye!